I may be agnostic, but I 100% believe in the thrift gods. So this whole video is just me praying for them to bless me with finding these pieces at the thrift store this year.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Today, I'm sharing what is on my thrift wish list for 2025 and basically what is trending in my world for 2025. This video is not a trend predictions video for 2025 or even talking about what the mainstream trends are for this year. Although I'm sure there's some things on this list that are mainstream trends for this year, but really it is just stuff that I am personally loving that I would love to add to my wardrobe this year, although I will not be adding everything on this list to my wardrobe this year. It's more of just having a plan and focus when I go to the thrift store, look on Depop, ThredUp, because those can be very overwhelming, and a lot of my thrift regrets end up being things that I wasn't looking for, that I just got like caught up in the moment and ended up buying and then regretting. Having a list that is very specific, very picky, very detailed on exactly what you're looking for, I think is something that I'm really trying to stick to for 2025. And there are some things on this list that I've been looking for the past couple of years and I've still yet to find, but I know when I do eventually find them, maybe it'll take 3 more years, it is gonna feel so rewarding and satisfying. This list is subject to change. I may take stuff off of the list, I may add new stuff onto the list depending on what I am into throughout the year, but overall, this is where we're starting from. The first thing on my thrift wish list is a silver watch, and actually, I ended up finding this last week, which I'm so excited because I've been looking for a silver watch for such a long time, and I'm actually wearing it right now. I had found it on Depop, and every time I went to the thrift store, I went straight to the jewelry, straight to the watches, and I wanted a watch that would not move around. Oh, I just absolutely hate stuff on my arm that moves around. And also, I love my Apple Watch. My phone is always on silent. I don't like the noise, and so having the Apple Watch and like a little vibrate to let me know when a text or a call has come through has been, unfortunately to say, life-changing. I think I've had my Apple Watch, yeah, I got the very first Apple Watch, so whenever that came out. I also really love the fitness aspect of it. I love when it tells me, oh my gosh, you stood up for a minute, congratulations. Like, those are the little wins that I need throughout the day. But I see your comments saying how ugly it is, and I see videos that say Apple Watches ruin every outfit, and so I've been on the search for just a plain silver watch to wear when I don't want to wear my, honestly, it's probably in videos. Like, I'm still gonna wear my Apple Watch, but I know for like the fashion outfit, having this is a nice alternative. Or if like an outfit doesn't look good with my Apple Watch, which I know a lot of people would say every single outfit doesn't look good with an Apple Watch, but when I'm feeling like, okay, I can leave my Apple Watch, I can wear this. I did get a very similar band from Casetify that they recently came out for my Apple Watch to try out and see if it makes it look better for the times where, okay, I kind of want a similar vibe of this, but I do want to wear my Apple Watch. At least it's kind of like a link bracelet. I know it's still gonna be ugly, but come on, I have to find some sort of compromise. I don't remember if the Depop listing said that it worked and just needed a battery, but it's not working right now. So it is very much just for aesthetic purposes, and it is really cute. I see the difference. It is very like dainty. Yeah, I'm really excited that technically I'm starting this off with something that I did find. I would love to find the perfect, yes, it's important to emphasize, the perfect fitting maroon loafers. Actually, last year I found a couple secondhand, but they did not fit me perfect, and it just breaks my heart. The first pair was on ThredUp from GH Bass. I know a lot of people absolutely love their loafers. They just didn't fit me right. They had a really high arch, which I have completely flat feet. So that's why actually Doc Martens works perfect for me, because they're so flat, and why my Adrian loafers work so well, because they are very flat. And for me, I feel like they are quite comfortable. And so the GH Bass ones had too high of an arch, and then also the space between kind of the front tab and the amount of foot that was being shown, I don't know why, it just looked awkward on me. I just absolutely hated it. So I ended up sending those back. And then you would probably say, because I just mentioned the Doc Marten loafers, that, oh, they have a maroon loafer by Doc Marten, why don't you just get that? Well, for some reason, those don't fit me the same as the yellow tab Adrian loafers. Like they're the ones without the yellow stitching. I didn't mean yellow tab, yellow stitching. They don't fit me the same. And I find there are certain Doc Marten shoes where I really would need a half size. I'm a true 9.5, but in all my Doc Martens, I'm a size 9, but there are certain pairs where the 9 is too small and then the 10 is too big, or even the 8 actually fits my left foot because my right foot, of course, then is bigger than my left foot. So it works on my left foot, but it doesn't work on my right foot. It's very frustrating. So the maroon loafers by Doc Martens is the exact same thing. I actually found them at, I think, a Crossroads, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. No, nope, they just don't fit me. So this may happen. It may not ever happen. I mean, obviously I do own a lot of shoes, so do I really need more? I actually am going to put myself on a no buy of shoes that are not on this list. If I find cute shoes secondhand and they're not on this list, I'm not allowed to buy them. I'm only going to buy the shoes that are on this list, which sounds silly because it's not a no buy. I guess it's a low buy. It's a low buy of shoes, of being only the ones that I really want. And perfect fitting maroon loafers are one of those. I know I said a low buy of shoes, specifically only ones that are on this list, but I do have a couple that are on this list. And one of those are perfect fitting black cowboy boots. I have been looking for black cowboy boots for years, and I just have yet to find any that fit me exactly how I want them to. I actually bought some Jeffrey Campbell black cowboy boots from ThredUp, so secondhand, in a 9.5. I actually had the green pair that I ended up saying goodbye to just because I never wore the green, and I was like, I should have just gotten the plain neutral, and they just didn't fit me right. They just weren't comfortable. I'm honestly kind of at the point where I may take this off of my thrift wish list as the year goes on, because I am kind of backing away from traditional cowboy boots with the pointy toe. I am just somebody that prefers a square toe or a round toe, and the cowboy boots that I had gotten at the Rose Bowl flea market a couple of years ago, they're like brown and green. They have a square toe, and those are amazing. They fit me amazing. I love them so much. Whereas the pointy toe ones, they're just not going to be as comfortable because they are going to be a little bit more narrow of pushing your toes together, which makes sense. That's literally cowboy boots and like the way that they are designed. So I am kind of backing away of potentially even adding this to my wardrobe this year, because I'm finding that the pointy toe obviously isn't as comfortable as a round or square toe, but it's on here for right now. If I found the very perfect, very comfortable pair of black cowboy boots, I do think it would integrate into my wardrobe well. The past 2 years, I've had such luck in thrifting plaid skirts. All the ones that I own, I absolutely love. I wear all the time. They're like core to my personal style, and I'm good on adding any plaid skirts. Like absolutely no plaid skirts this year. I am making that statement. Yes, I'm going to stick to it, that I will not thrift any plaid skirts in 2025. And instead, I kind of want to shift my focus to floral skirts, specifically floral maxi skirts with a black base, and kind of these more 90s. Obviously, I'm going to show example photos. I just think it would go with the themes that I already own, and a lot of the plaid ones definitely lean more fall and winter, and I still spring, but when it goes to summertime, they can look a little like out of sorts of being like summer fashion, which is, I mean, I'll still wear them. I still wore them last summer and I still will, but I think going for a floral, even though a maxi skirt maybe wouldn't be amazing in summer, but I don't care at that point. I'm like, let me have some fun. I've already talked loads about my love for Boatneck tops, and this is still on my thrift wish list of finding more, not going crazy, not going wild, but maybe some other patterns, some other colors. I have 3 right now, and they do work so well for my weather that I live in. Just talking about summer, it's literally perfect because a lot of the ones I'm looking for are sleeveless, so I can layer with them in colder times, but I can also wear them by themselves in hotter times. And I just feel the boat neck tank top on me, I don't know, it just does something for me and I love it so much, and it is very kind of 90s, more of my style. The next three are all related because they're knits, but they have different variations. So the first one is crew neck chunky cardigan button up, which, I mean, if it's a cardigan, of course there's a button up, but sometimes there are cardigans without button up. So I wanted to be very specific. And also pattern fun whimsical cardigans. So solid color cardigans and also fun whimsical cardigans. I realize the reason why I own so many Christmas cardigans isn't because I love Christmas. I mean, like I said, I'm agnostic, so like not really into like Christmas. It's more the vibes, it's more the look. It's literally because it's cute snowmen or like cute little Santas, and it's not really related to Christmas. And so I was like, why don't I find other cardigans with whimsical, fun things on them that is not Christmas related? So number one, I can wear them more often. And yeah, it's really that. I just really want to wear them more often because I love my Christmas cardigans so much. They're so adorable, but they're all Christmas related, which, like, again, a good time, sure, a theme, but I want something that I can wear all the time. It is the greatest tragedy that modern day funky, whimsical cardigans just are not made the same as they used to be. Like, the material is not as nice, and it's just, it doesn't hit the same. And so very much would be vintage. This one is so random, but it is a navy chunky sweater. Again, not itchy, comfortable, and like in my head I know how I want it to fit, and so really I need to find it in person at the thrift store, which I know is probably going to be impossible, but again, I'm throwing it out into the universe. Potentially one day maybe I'll find it. The whole reason why this is on my thrift wish list is because I have a crew neck that is navy that I was gifted in a thrifted mystery box from a friend back in 2020, and it is my favorite crew neck that I own. It's very comfortable, but it does have like yellow writing on it, and so I don't wear it in a fashion sense. It's more of like, this is a comfortable crew neck that I put on when I get home and I want to get comfy cozy. But it has been a gateway in me liking navy on me, which I know probably sounds silly because I'm wearing denim and I love all my denim, so I love blue, but navy up top, like a dark navy, I've been very unsure about, and I don't think every navy top looks good on me personally, or like I'm just not there yet. But the crew neck has done something for me to want it in a sweater. And the next one is a crew neck chunky sweater vest. So again, no v-neck. Stripe bootcut pants and jeans, I think, has been kind of a trend last year, or I saw more people talking about it. I feel like, I will say, I think striped pants and striped jeans, specifically the ones I'm showing examples of, are gonna be bigger in 2025. Again, I'm not a trend predictions, I'm not Kathleen Illustrated, I'm not Lainey Ozark, but I am gonna say I think potentially more people will be trying to find pants and jeans that are striped like this. And I do have a pair that is kind of this. They're like a corduroy material. They are originally from Doll's Kill. I got them off ThredUp. If you watch me, then you know the pair that I am talking about, but it had stitching on the butt that said Bratz, and I was able to get it out. It took like an hour to like undo the stitching, but it does still slightly say Bratz, and it's definitely not the best material. It's originally from Doll's Kill. They just don't fit or feel as great quality as I would like, especially for a vintage pair. So this is definitely on my thrift wish list. Similar to me wanting to add more floral maxi skirts to my wardrobe for a little bit more summery spring tones in pattern that I wear. I'm also looking for 90s floral dress mini length and also 90s floral maxi dress. For these, the dresses, I do not want it to be a black base. I have two floral maxi dresses that have a black base, and they're great, but I will say they just feel so much more dressed up. You can make them more casual, and I have made them more casual, but I think going for colorful tones, not too colorful, like muted tones, but just not a black base is what I am looking for. I have a floral purple dress that I actually got in a thrifted mystery box from Whatnot that I love so much, and that's kind of like, again, the vibe that I'm looking for. I know I talked about backing away from cowboy boots, but I was specifically, again, like I mentioned, the pointy cowboy boots, whereas I would love, love, love to find red John Fluevog cowboy boots. These ones are vintage, very difficult to find, very, very rare, especially trying to figure out your sizing. I have actually bought John Fluevog cowboy boots secondhand, and both times they did not fit. The first time I got them in black, they were too big, and I tried everything to make them work. I ended up saying goodbye to them, and then I found some a purple pair on Poshmark, and they were way too small. I couldn't even get them on my feet. So I kind of accepted that I would never like buy another pair of John Fluevog boots online, because I just don't know what size I would be, because also I wasn't sure, like maybe one of them was men's sizing or the other one was like junior sizing, you know? I am very happy to say I did find these on Depop, and they have come and they fit, and I am just so excited. I wanted to share some of my wins from this list, because these are things, again, this has been on my thrift wish list for quite a long time, but it rolled over into 2025, and technically I did find it 2 weeks ago. You will see them in a future collective thrift haul. I technically do own mid-rise bootcut jeans and like a dark-ish wash, but I am looking for another pair this year that are long enough, because the ones I own, I didn't realize how short they were, and I had included them in a collective thrift haul in December, and I think I mentioned in the video that they were possibly more cropped than I would like, but I cut it out because I was like, actually, it's not that big of a deal, it's fine. And then I saw a photo of myself in them, and I was like, oh, they just look very awkward. My height is in my legs, and I'm 5'7", 5'6.5". I was always told I was 5'7", and then recently I was told I'm 5'6.5", and like, no, you can't take the half away from me, so I'm 5'7". Yeah, they're just too short. My ideal inseam is like 32 inches. I don't think I measured them, but I should have measured them, because they're just way too cropped. They look very odd with a lot of boots and a lot of shoes. So I would love to find literally those, just 32 inches. Like this photo, honestly, I'm even like open to the denim wash. This photo of Kate Hudson, that's what I want. I want those very long. Suede was a trend last year, and it is said to be a trend also this year. I mean, I think it always is trend. It's like not even a trend, it just exists, you know? It's kind of like leather, but I know for myself, I got into suede last year. I found this beautiful brown suede button up from thredUP, and I love it so much. And so still loving suede for this year. And something I'm really hoping to find is a brown suede fringe jacket, but it has to fit me perfectly. I had gotten a black fringe suede jacket last year from thredUP, and just the shoulders were way too broad. It just didn't fit properly on me. I want a comfortable, not stiff suede fringe jacket, and that is going to be very difficult to find just from what I've been searching for right now. And so I really do need to try it on before buying it. I did actually get this fringe brown suede jacket off of thredUP recently, and it fit. It was just a little bit more fitted. I want one that's loose and I can layer with it, whereas that suede jacket, I could not layer anything under it, like not even a long sleeve. So I just wanted something a little bit looser, and so I sent it back, and now I'm kind of regretting. Like, I kind of wish I would have kept it, but I am happy I didn't keep it because it wasn't perfect, but it was really beautiful. If it just had been one size up, it would have been fantastic. I think brown suede fringe jackets are really going to boom this year. They already have been booming in like the vintage girly space, but I think they may become a little bit more mainstream. I saw a lot of people talking about fringe, and so taking suede and fringe and especially vintage. There are so many vintage ones. They're just really expensive on Depop, which makes sense. They're very well made, and they've been around, a lot of them, for 20 years, so they are going to cost more. But as somebody that just really wants one and like wants to find it in person, it's gonna be difficult. A dream jacket of mine is this cat tapestry jacket. This one is from the fashion brand company. I've also seen vintage versions, not exact, but like similar, of being cat tapestry jacket on Depop. I have a cat tapestry bag that I got off of thredUP last year, and I love it so much, and like, why would I not want it in a jacket form? I would really like to find it secondhand, so I wouldn't have to pay $160 from the fashion brand company, but also I know they are like a sustainable, ethical company, so I would also want to support a company that's actually doing good. But it does that, yeah, it's a little high if I would be able to find it secondhand, which I actually have on thredUP. I found the cat tapestry jacket from the fashion brand company, but it was in a large, extra large, and I needed probably like a small medium, so I didn't buy it. Somebody else bought it, and I'm so happy for them. Another pair of shoes that I am allowing myself to buy this year is either brown shorter boots slash burgundy or maroon short boots in a round or square toe. These boots, oh my gosh, they were so beautiful on Depop. I had them in my cart and then someone else bought them, which is totally all good. A lot of stuff I put in my cart that I'm trying to decide if I am going to buy end up getting sold, and it's because I want them to be perfect, and so I am too indecisive to like make the decision. And so I feel like this one is kind of similar. No, not similar to the cowboy boots, but similar in that I don't think I will end up finding this year, but it is on my thrift wish list if I did find the perfect pair that I would like to add, because a lot of my boots are long, and so I can't wear them with a lot of my jeans because they aren't wide enough in the legs to be able to wear a long boot, but I want the look of a boot. So it just makes sense to add a shorter boot. And both of my short boots, except for my Jaden Maxes, which are like a deep red, they're all black, and so I would love to add more of like a lighter red, not super light, like still dark red, but a little bit more red than my Jaden Maxes, or a brown. I think a brown I'm more leaning for because I think that will be a lot more versatile in my wardrobe, but also I would love a red pair too. I have been wanting to thrift a checkered maxi skirt for so many years. It is just that item that I feel goes with so much. It looks so cute, but you can also kind of like put it with darker tones as well, and I have just been very hopeful that one day I would find it secondhand, and that day has come. I found one at Savers, and I'm so excited. It's everything that I've been wanting, so I will include it in a future collective thrift haul. Silver jewelry in general is on my thrift wish list for this year. I've been really loving mixing in different metals. My earrings are gold, but then I have obviously like the silver watch. I have been a gold jewelry person for such a long time, but I don't know, just literally in the last year I was like, I think silver jewelry would look really nice, and I love them both. I love gold jewelry, I love silver jewelry, which is why I've been enjoying kind of mixing them together. But a lot of silver jewelry I think just gives a different look to an outfit, so when I want to go for a different look, adding silver jewelry, and yeah, I would just love to find more secondhand. I don't think I'll be able to get this one secondhand. It'll probably be from like a small business off of Etsy, or even somebody that hand makes things, knits on Depop, which is a knit bonnet. I already have a super cute knit bonnet that I got from a small business. I can't remember the name, but I'll put it up. But it has devil horns, which is like cute. It's cute and fun, but not very wearable outside of Halloween. Like I could wear it to feel silly goofy, but I do really want a plain one. I'm not sure what color yet. There's this one off of Depop that somebody hand makes, and it's like this purple color that I'm tempted on buying it, but also like a mauve pink knit bonnet. I don't know, I just really would love this because my head does get chilly, and it's been really windy where I live, and so having like a little bonnet to like keep my hair from flowing all around and also look really cute. Yeah, I would just love to add this in for kind of the colder temperatures. Another one I don't think I could find secondhand, but you never know. It is burgundy tabby heels. I have some tabby Mary Janes from a leather maker. I love them so much, but I would love to add a like heeled pair, but in burgundy. I don't really want a black pair just because, I don't know, it's just kind of boring, whereas I'm loving burgundy and like a darker red tone, and I think it would go with a lot of the stuff that I own. The leather maker that made my Mary Jane tabbies, they don't make it in a burgundy color. They only make it, I think, in like a bright red or a green. But I feel that 2025 is going to be the year of tabbies, specifically in the mainstream. Obviously, people have been wearing them, Margiela tabbies, duh. And then also just like cultural Japanese footwear, of course. But in regards to like mainstream, I saw on Lisa Says God that they partnered with Matisse footwear to sell a tabby ballet flat, and I just feel like that's the start. That is going to be the start of everyone wearing tabby shoes, which I love. I think they're adorable. The Vibram like 5-toe shoes in apparently the fashion girly space, niche fashion girly space, they're really into. And so I feel like people are going to look at that and be like, oh, that is very much outside of my comfort zone. But the tabby, it actually doesn't look as bad anymore. So I think people's opinions are going to change. I'm just going to throw that out there. Again, this is not a trend predictions video, but I will predict that tabbies are going to be more mainstream. You could argue that they are, but I feel like they aren't yet. I mean, brands like Shein and Temu and AliExpress obviously sell tabby Mary Janes and tabby heels and all that, but I feel like with Lisa Says God doing it, it's just gonna open things up. Skinny scarves and thin-ish scarves. I would love to find more in 2025 at the thrift store, Depop, thredUP. Actually, thredUP has a lot of skinny scarves, so I have my eye on a couple that I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna buy, but I feel would just be a nice little accessory to add. Originally, I had a velvet maxi skirt on this list as being in the color black, but I already own a black velvet maxi skirt. It just on the bottom has this like floral detail, which is really cute and I like, but I have been wanting to have a plain one as well. But then every time I came across a black velvet maxi skirt, it just didn't make sense to buy it because I was like, well, I already own a black velvet maxi skirt, but it is different and it has been what I've been looking for, but I just can't get myself to thrift it. And then I recently found, when I thrifted the checkered maxi skirt, I found a dark brown velvet maxi skirt and I was like, okay, this is perfect. It's exactly the look I've been wanting, just then in brown. So it feels a little bit better to own it because I don't really want to have too many copies in my wardrobe, as I say, with multiple black boots. Moving forward, I don't want to own as many copies, and I feel a brown velvet maxi skirt is just going to give a different look. I've been loving swapping a lot of things that I usually wear in black for brown. It just gives a different look. I have been wearing brown mascara like consistently for the past over 6 months, and it just gives a softer look. And I think a lot of people are also making that change, in that if they've only really worn black and haven't really dabbled in like clothing that's brown, they've been doing it. And so yeah, the brown velvet maxi skirt is something that I own now, and I'm very excited, so I can check this one off of the list. I don't know exactly what this particular item is called, but I'm gonna show all the example photos. The thing is I want this like denim patch DIY skirt, not in a pastel color. My friend Caroline actually did like DIY'd her own with a black and white checkered pattern, and I basically want that. But I don't necessarily want to do it myself. I just don't trust myself with that type of project, but that is what I'm looking for. I don't think I will ever find it, but again, I can dream. I have seen it with a white pattern and I do like that. I could be open to a colorful color of it, but I would prefer kind of something that's not as like Hannah Montana. I was really against kind of drop waist dresses, but I can't lie, my eyes have been kind of open to it. This one, I am very, again, 50-50. I could take it off the list. It just depends. I've never tried a drop waist dress, not even when I feel like drop waist was really popular in like the 2010s. I can't remember if I ever wore one. Maybe slightly. Maybe I had a dress that was drop waist slightly, and I think I liked it. I don't remember, so I need to try this on and see what I think about it, but I have seen so many beautiful dresses that are a drop waist that I'm like, oh, again, it's a different silhouette, it's interesting. So I'm open to it, but we will see. I may end up taking this off the list. This is another one where the example photos are going to do a lot of the heavy lifting because it's not really going to make sense as I'm explaining it. It is button down waistcoats or even sleeveless sweaters with a lot of buttons and all the way to the top. I am so gutted. There was this denim vest version of kind of the vibe I was looking for on ThredUp and I didn't buy it. And I regret it because I love it so much. It's so pretty and I am refreshing ThredUp all the time to find kind of this silhouette. I just think it takes something that I already love but makes it not a v-neck. And I mean, as you can see, I like buttons. I don't like buttons on jeans. Like I hate when it's like 5 buttons and I'm like, just give me a zipper, give me a zipper. But as a top, when it's done right, it's done right. And I am gonna do a trend prediction, but also it's very known that buttons are quite big. Last year they were very big. A lot of people were DIYing with their own buttons, doing funky buttons. And this year I feel like there's gonna be an emphasis on buttons even more, which is amazing because it's so easy to find secondhand. There's so many cool vintage buttoned tops and jackets that I feel really align with this like button trend that we are seeing. I think buttons as a like trend is great in that it can be very specific to you and your personal style. Like it's so broad that everyone's gonna interpret it in a different way. And it's such a simple thing that isn't like a pattern that feels quite minimal with impact. And I just think it's a lot more wearable because it can be so simple. It makes me think of the TikTok sound of Lily Rose Depp, where it's like trench coat button to the top. And a lot of people now are styling jackets that they would usually leave unbuttoned, fully buttoned, and it gives a completely different look. It's like a look, but then also unbuttoned. That's a different look. If you watch my being styled by fashion influencer video, Lainey had styled me in so many jackets that were fully buttoned, and I was like, oh, I've never done this before. The way that she styled my brown suede jacket, now I've been wearing that way ever since doing that video. So buttons are having their moment, and I feel like the way it's going to be interpreted is going to be very, very fun for 2025. And for me, I'm more looking at it with the item I was talking about, but I did just want to mention that. I have some honorable mentions of things on Depop that I am going to say miscellaneous because it's not really a theme I'm looking for, like a silhouette or anything other than this piece that I am liking, that I just wanted to show, that is really cute and fun, and I've had my eye out on it. I don't know if I will buy any of them. A lot of them have already been sold. Again, I feel like gives some insight of what I am loving for 2025. I also wanted to mention some of my favorite creators that I loved last year and I feel had a really big impact on my style. Some of them don't necessarily have the same style as me, but just in the way that they pair their outfits together has inspired me in one way or another. A lot of them I found on TikTok, but I ended up following on Instagram. Some of them have been uploading on YouTube now, which I'm so excited. I love that. I feel YouTube is having a comeback, even though, I mean, I've been here. We've all been here, but some people, they left, and you know, that's a tragedy, and now they're back. And it's very exciting to see like new creators and people that I've watched on like short form content making long form content. Thank you to everyone that watched this full video. I really thought it was gonna be like a 10-minute video. A 10-minute video to talk about 24 things that are on my thrift wish list. I couldn't even do that with 10 things. It would still be like a 30-minute video. So hopefully it was enjoyable to just yippity yap talk about fashion. Let me know in the comments down below what is on your thrift wish list. And if you would like to see my face again and to see any of the future thrift with me, is where I'm gonna hopefully try and find some of these things, then make sure to subscribe right down below. Also follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83, to keep up to date with me during the week. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!